typical Tishman 3D MEP coordination process within construction field, and more importantly, how Revizto has recently leveraged as our main supplemental platform for coordination collaboration. So, however, before we get there, I just wanted to say a couple of quick words about AECOM Construction Services and Tishman Construction themselves. So, with over $18 billion in revenue, AECOM is placed top 6 contractor and top 4 construction manager at risk in the world. And as a Fortune 500 company, it currently ranks top 5 company field of engineering and #1 in building design. So with this success, AECOM has a greater reach and service offering than ever before, and is better positioned to capitalize on rising markets' need for development across our key sectors. Now, Tishman, with over 500 square feet built already, ranks as #1 builder in New York City. We were able to achieve these ranks as a result of development and integration of complex 3D construction coordination management on high-rise building has been happening since 2009. It's really the reason why we're here today. So some of these projects include One World Trade Center, together with 425 Park Avenue, One Vanderbilt, and one of the largest private developments right now happening in New York City, the Hudson Yards. So what is MEP coordination in construction fields? In a nutshell, upon delivery of 100% final construction documents, which many of you know about, Tishman Coordination starts this coordination effort with all of the MEP subcontractors, whose each responsibility is to draft a detailed 3D model of their singular systems within the building. So upon using software platform like Navisworks, these systems are reviewed, analyzed amongst one another against the structural steel within architectural models, and compared against things like constructability, feasibilities, and I don't know, like New York City Building Code, and all of this together generates this big puzzle of series of mazes. I call it the coordination process guides the entire team to solve. So in one of the primary tools that we use is clash detection. The puzzle really begins by identifying hundreds, if not millions, of clashes between mechanical, ventilation, electrical, telecommunication, fire protection, plumbing, security systems. We use architects and steel fabricator models as backgrounds, and each of the building floors is so-called layered by all of this MEP subcontractors. So in this animation, you could see how this process, which was established by Tishman, trades reorganize and re-coordinate their systems in order to accomplish what we call this clash-free design. A collaboration needs to take place between all of design professionals, all the MEP subcontractors, the client, the Tishman team, and the Tishman later directs the relocation of the services by trade contractors, and in the end, we're done with finished with a clash-free model. If the clash is not resolved, it could ultimately result in potentially schedule delays or construction cost increase. So ultimate goal, the clash-free model is signed off and it serves as a basis for shop drawings and subcontractors' physical work installation. And but the collaboration between the entire team is unfortunately not so easily achieved, and this is really where Revizto issue tracker kicks in. Click. Okay, click. There we go. You didn't click. Oh, it is. is. Okay, great. It's not happening. Typical coordination in theory is very straightforward. It begins with someone like a coordination manager who brings in the Navisworks model, works with the MEP sub detailers. They find an issue either through clash detection or something else. We find a solution, we update the model, check it again in Navisworks, and it's done. It comes back to someone like me, we update the model, we move forward. And this is all to generate this synchronized, beautiful model between all the subcontractors, respectful of structural steel and architect's building envelope. So, unfortunately, click. Here we go. Sweet. The process is much more complicated than that. So it would still start with someone like a coordination manager who reviews the Navis model, but then it gets a little bit more complicated. The issue solutions are looped and twined into frequently confusing communication array that could stretch finding a solution of any particular issue to sometimes weeks, if not months. The BIM coordination process then is flattened out. It's reduced out of its three-dimensionality into two-dimensional, dimensioned drawing or a screenshot that is referenced into a construction document set that is distributed over email to an architect or engineer, gets back to us with markups. This happens frequently over and over again. Multiple emails get sent back to Navisworks. An RFI maybe is written in the middle of all of this. Someone forgets what's going on and we have to bring them back to it. So only later to just finally, in the end, a solution is always found. The building has to be built, but it is really a substantial amount of time is being lost before we come up to this solution and that model update, and we can move on and go ahead with those shop drawings. So implementation of Revizto streamlines this effort. Click, please. We start with the coordination managers, but each of one of the more complex coordination issues can be easily logged into Revizto issue tracker, which you see on the right-hand side there, allowing for it to maintain its three-dimensionality, a reference to a grid line in a space or 2D drawing, and with the collaboration of the entire design team, the client, the entire Tishman team who are part of this interface and using it on a daily basis. The correspondence and any supplemental drawings and solutions are directly logged into the instant messenger feature, which is built into it and can always be accessed in the future or retrieved in the future. So this quick demonstration animation shows a typical Tishman's workflow. Now on the left-hand side, you have a Navisworks model. We run, in this particular case, clash detection. We find a problem between sheet metal, subcontractor, and a fire protection pipe. Now, typically, someone would take a screenshot, send it to a subcontractor, try to figure out what's going on. But with Revizto, you use the interface that's built in directly into Navisworks, which, as you see, gets quickly brought into the interface itself as a new issue. You find find the person who's supposed to be responsible to solve this problem. Include a couple more people who might be interested in this issue as well as watchers, and tag it later so you can filter out it later. So there's a lot of people obviously working on this, and that's kind of how process moves on. Whoever else would be responsible for this issue would later type in the update that the issue has been fixed in such a way, and we can solve it, move on, and always have a record of it. A couple of just quick screenshots of how it really works. So in the end, to sum up, the integration of Revizto Viewer and Revizto Issue Tracker into Tishman's 3D MEP coordination effort has filled in a huge gap that no other software has been able to achieve before. both the communication management of reporting system and the visual transparency into non-BIM friendly environment has been greatly improved and has transformed our process. Thank you.
Thanks, Radek. Great story. And now I'm honored to